Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Caffeine Queen Crafts. My name is Sarah, and today we are doing something a little different. I am testing out, I have not made one of these in a second, but I have made several book nooks in my time crafting. I've never put them on my YouTube channel, which is primarily diamond painting, but today we're gonna give it a shot, and we are trying out the Make Market Book Nook brand. I'm very curious about this. I have never made a Make Market Book Nook. Sorry, you hear my baby. She's supposed to be napping, but you know. And I did not buy, this is their Haunted House Book Nook. And I'm curious because the Make Market diamond paintings hold up, and they're like 15 bucks a pop, which makes them much cheaper than most diamond paintings. However, I'm interested about the Make Market Book Nooks because they're actually, their price is a little bit on par, maybe even more expensive than the other book nooks I have done in the past. So I'm curious to see how this goes. This is from their Halloween line. I did get it on clearance. I waited to buy until it was on sale. I think because you can still see the price tag they had up here. It was $39.99. And for context, the first book nook I did, which I loved, and I'll try to pop a picture up if I can remember it, I got on Amazon, and it is currently priced at I think like $32. So more expensive than the brands I know that I like. I'll include the links to both the Make Market Book Nooks down below, along with a picture of the one I did, so that you can see. If it's an Amazon link, I may make a small commission, but you pay the same price. All right, sorry about Miso. She wants to be on YouTube too. She needs a lot of attention. She does not feel that I adequately give her attention, and so she likes to crash the YouTube videos to get attention from the internet. Because she needy. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee now because it's me. I have to have coffee. All right, here we go. Let's unbox this first, and then we're gonna get into building it. I will probably time-lapse building it. Where is, I need one of my little pen knives. There it is. If you've never used one of these, they're great. It's a pen cutter with a little ceramic knife, but it's not sharp at all. I use them for sectioning off my diamond paintings. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. This includes glue. That's interesting. Most of the kits that I've bought have not included glue or tweezers. That is a nice addition, I will say. These are plastic tweezers, not the best tweezers. I'll probably use some of the tweezers that I already have instead of these, but it does come with tweezers. It's worth noting. And again, glue. Most of the kits I've purchased have not come with glue, so that's actually a good indicator to me. And then, oh, sandpaper. Also not normally included. That's also nice to see. Okay, I'm looking, and also I'm seeing this little bag here, which is not typically included. It looks like they have more materials. When I've done these in the past, they've been all wood or all stickers. And I'm seeing this one here has some, like this is a piece of fabric. This is cloth. So they've got different materials in this kit. That's exciting. Okay, I was a little concerned about the price point, and now I'm feeling better. That's another piece of cloth. And are these are like little, this is plastic, I'm pretty sure, but like, this is a variety of materials. I'm feeling better about the price point now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if it's including glue and tools that you might need and different materials, that's making me feel a little more confident. Okay, so that's the stuff that's not typically included. I'm seeing this, and this looks like the stuff that is more typically included. You have your instructions, including these, you know, pieces where they tell you what number everything is. That's different. Okay, so this is like a map that tells you the different number of pieces. That's a little different. Normally, in the kits I've done in the past, they have the number printed on the wood piece itself, like in a discrete location. So this is a little different. Not the end of the world, though. Instructions, tools needed, needle nose that aren't included is the needle nose pliers, the crafting knife, ruler. That all looks pretty standard, and they did include some of the tools you need, which is different. Okay. So then this just looks like more maps on the different pieces. Okay, okay. I'm not, yes, okay. Sorry, that is the sound of, I think a walnut just hit the grill. We have a walnut tree in the backyard. So they've got the paper cutouts, the wood cutouts. There's a mirror. I did not realize that. And then here we're getting into the assembly steps. So then this is going to be all of your individual steps. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, so this is going to be fun. That was another walnut. I'm so sorry, guys. There's a lot of noise in this back one. Okay. Okay. I'm liking the look of this so far. Okay, so let's take a look. These are the paper cutouts. I'm not gonna, yeah. So those, I guess, are gonna be the pieces that you use as decoration. Some kits that I've seen use paper cutouts, do them as stickers, but paper cutout is fine. You're just gonna wind up gluing them down. Like these, it looks like are the picture frames from step 1. And the books and everything. Okay, this will be cute. I'm not seeing any electrical pieces though. So in the past when I've done book nuts, they've always had like an electrical component where there's a little light and it lights up. I'm not seeing that here. Not the end of the world though. I don't love futzing with those, but okay, so then the wood pieces. This is the mirror. It's got a plastic cover on it. I'm not gonna pull that off yet until I get to that step. But there's the mirror. You can see the camera, my phone, wood piece. All right, okay. This feels like pretty good quality. It smells like wood. I mean, I've seen things that are firmer, but these are some thick pieces. It's nice to see. I'm not gonna pull the whole thing, or I guess I am. I'll pull the whole thing out. Oh, sorry about the plastic rattling. This also looks like it's from step 1, so I'm gonna set that aside, and we're gonna do step 1 with me just talking to you. These are thicker pieces than the others, and they're angled. They've got that bevel. Interesting. Okay. So this is looking, I'm intrigued. I'm not turned off by the price. I'm not as turned off by the price point as I was at the beginning. Okay. I do wish that they'd like numbered it next to how the other kits that I've had it done is they number the piece number next to it. It seems like looking at the map is going to be an extra step, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker. It's just maybe a little annoying. Okay. So we're gonna just go ahead. There's the roof for the front. Let's just go ahead and dive into step 1, shall we? Just as a heads up, I'm not the best at this. So if you follow a creator who makes these a lot, I'm not gonna be the highest of quality people. But let's do step 1 together before I time lapse us. So, okay. Step 1 is going to involve, like I thought, the frames. And then making the bust, and then starting to do the books. We're gonna be doing a lot of gluing, and that's totally fine. So I'm gonna do, let's say we'll do one of these picture frames together, and then I'll move you over to time lapse for the gluing portion. All right. Sorry, drinking. And I'll try to bring you back for the fireplace assembly. All right. So let's get into this. So we have the picture frames here. Let me find the map with the picture frames. Okay, here it is. So the first one we need is, we need B2. B2. All right, so B2. This is B1, so this is going to be B2. I'm going to go ahead, I'll pop it out very gently. This is the part that always makes me nervous. And then what you can do here is, if you've never done this before, is you take the sandpaper and like there's these little notches from the part that can connect to the piece. You can just kind of smooth them down a little so they're not quite as obvious. All right. And then we're going to get into our paper piece. So we're going to go on the paper piece D5. Here it is, right on the top. That's handy. And we need number 2, which is this picture of this creepy lady. All right, we've got those 2 pieces now. I'll move everything so you can see that, so that it's all in frame. All right, I have my sandpaper, I have my glue. And it looks like I'm just going to take the glue. Make sure there's no... Nope, that's open. All right, we're using this glue also instead of the glue I normally use. We're going to test everything out. And we're just going to do a little... We're just going to do a little light couple... I think this is not wanting to stay open, and I'm sort of scared. I want to put something down, actually. I want to put down some scratch paper because this is my mother's table. This was a part of my inheritance after she passed away, and it's an antique. So let me find a piece of scratch paper, and I will be right back. Sorry. Okay, we're back with our scratch paper. All right, let me just squeeze until some comes out because this is, I don't know why I'm feeling so nervous about this. I've done this before. Come on, Sarah. I think maybe because in the past the glue I've used has got like a longer spout for more precise placing. Why does this not want to come out? I thought it was clear. Oh, no, that's why. It's not. Oh, there is like a little, that's nice. There's this plastic thing. So that you can also replace that. That's cool. All right, that was why it wasn't coming out. All right, here we go. Take 3. Whew, too much. That was on me. That was my fault. I know, Holly. I know, you're hollering at me about nonsense. Oh! Paper towel. Okay. So it actually does not take a lot of pressure to get that glue to come out. Let's try this again. Very gentle. I'm just gonna... Miso, please no. I don't want cat hair and glue mixed together. That sounds like a nightmare. All right. No, Miso, no. I don't want cat hair and glue. I don't want cat hair and glue all together. Not in Mommy's glue. That's what I say all the time to you when I'm diamond painting. Not in Mommy's glue. I think we're going to be better off maybe. Yeah, okay. Stop. Miso. Oh my God, Miso. Come to your chair. Come to your chair. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to use the tweezers they sent me. And I'm going to use them, because I don't care about them, just to spread this glue around. Make sure it's a little more even. We ad-lib during this craft a lot. You guys are probably watching this right now and are like, Sarah, this looks miserable. And I think that part of the problem is it's been a minute since I've done one of these, and I'm using a new company to do it. So it's taking me a sec. 1 minute. Get it. Okay, there we go. It's down. It's down. Ah, cute. That's a fun vibe. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go on a time lapse for the other ones. Thank you for hanging around through that process. I promise you I am gonna get better at it, all right? I will be back with you in 1 moment to talk through the fireplace building. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I took 2 sittings, but I have glued every book and every picture frame and this bust here for our book nook. Hi, Miso. She's gonna come say hi. And now we are going to get into the building me part. We're not going to make it super far tonight, I don't think. Mostly because I don't have needle nose pliers here. I'm going to have to get them from the storage thing. Can I help you? Come here, Miso. Shh, don't wake the baby, Miso. Okay. Let's see. Is it in the accessories? Yes, okay. This is fun. We're having fun. There's accessories. Those 2, and then we're gonna need these 2. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the spiders away. And these little teacup things, and this cat, and whatever this thing is. Oh, I see what it is. You don't need needle nose pliers for that directions. That's just silly. Okay, so here we go. If Miso would move. Miso. What are you eating? Don't eat that. No. Sorry, she's upset at me because I was just doing a thing with my cross stitch floss and I would not let her chase it and attack it even though it moved just like a bug. And now she's mad at me and she's punishing me by being needier than usual. Yes, she is. She's a little needy baby who needs so much. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to get rid of her. All right. Now we're getting into the part where we're actually doing the book nooks. So if you've never seen before a book nook, you just sort of have to slide the pieces together almost like a wooden 3D puzzle. So here's that little column. See, it goes out like that. Miso, nope. I give up. I give up. This cat does not want me to film in peace tonight. Oh my God, Miso. Oh, Miso. And then here's a little flame piece. That's fun. Okay. Now we have that, but Miso's sitting on our directions, so we can't continue. Because someone thinks that they deserve attention. And I validate this behavior by giving you that attention. All right. For now, I'm going to stick our little fire and our little torch in here with our books and our bust and our pictures. And we're going to move on. Okay. Move. Move. Go away. I know you're a cat and it's on theme for you. All right. So for this next part, we're going to take the stick that is inside. It's here. It came with a stick. I don't know if this is a real stick. I think this is a manufactured stick because this stick is very smooth. Come over here, Miso. Thank you. And they say to take a ruler and measure it, but we live on the edge here. So we're just going to guesstimate. And we're going to cut however many squares we need. That just went flying. Wow. Okay, there. How many do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-ish. Okay. They've got them being all perfectly symmetrical, but have you guys ever seen, these are supposed to be pieces of wood in a fire, and I don't feel like they would be symmetrical. Also, they go flying. After I cut them, they go flying. I'm going to have to go find them. Okay. All right. This is fine. Got 3, and now 4. And 5, but that one went over there. 6. I'm going to just cut until this is empty, and I'm going to go pick up the pieces. And if we have extra, we have extra. This is weird. I never had to do something like this while building a book nook before. Okay. Now let me just go collect those pieces that went flying. That was a weird experience, but now we're going to get into the part where we build the actual fireplace. So we are looking for B4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 B8s. They mostly seem to be here, so we need B6. Oh no. What do we need? I'm confused again. B4. B4. That's going to be this one. B4. B5? Do we need B5? I don't see B5. Yes, B5. It's the fireplace. B5. B6. B7. And 2 B8s. Now, I know you guys at this point are probably like, good Lord, Sarah, this is taking forever. Yes, these do tend to take a while. And I have a feeling this video might be a little on the long side for a, you know, go on this adventure with me. All right. So here comes the fun part. I know that typically how these work, this is the magic, is because up until now we've been using glue for the most part. But this is the point where you can start fitting things together. I'll take the sandpaper. I'm going to sand down these little ridges just a smidge to make them less pointy. I do like that they've printed them on different kinds of wood. That feels creative. I'm not hating this kit so far. Like, I've done a couple book nooks that have mostly all been from the same brand up until now. So this is my first time foraying into a different brand, and I'm not hating it. It is pretty typical in terms of the price point. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I was a little concerned about the price point in the beginning, but not anymore. I actually think, considering that you get the glue, it's a pretty decent price point. Okay, there we go. I feel like I'm going to break it. I always feel like I'm going to break it when I do it this way. We're going to push, 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 push. There we go. Okay. We have the beginnings of our little fireplace. Take B8. Sand that down. Sand that down. Sand that down. Sand this one down a lot. Okay. And start fitting these together, if I can. So ultimately my plan here is that eventually this is going to go into my classroom. I probably should have started doing this in September, but September was just busy. This is going to be like the Halloween decor for my classroom. Or maybe if I wait too long, I'll just put it up here. My daughter Holly likes these, although I don't let her touch them because she's 1.5 and has little to no self-control. But this is the part where you're really getting into the building, and is the part that I find the most enjoyable about book nooks. There we go. I think after we do this together, I'm going to time-lapse you guys way more. Just because I don't want it to get boring. Yeah, Sarah, you're building a book nook. We get it. And I'll try to stop periodically to show off the different components as we're going all along. Okay. But I thought some people might like to see what it looks like to build these in real time. All right, that's satisfying, that little click. That's the satisfying part. Get the beginning of it. I love it so much already. I love it so much already. And then we're just gonna slide this friend in as well. Ah! Oh, that's so satisfying. Look. Look at that. Look at that. It's a fireplace. I made a little fireplace. Teeny tiny fireplace. I think I did it wrong, though. No, I did not do it wrong. Yes, I did. I did it wrong. Hold on. Pop that off because this mantle part is supposed to be facing the other way. There we go. Okay. It's supposed to face this way. Because it's a mantle, so it should be sticking out slightly. There we go. Yeah, see, so it's flat in the back now. And now there we go. There we go. That looks so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's a little fireplace. It's a little teeny tiny fireplace. And we're going to take some things and we're going to glue them down to the top and the inside. And then get into making the curtains. Okay. That'll be a new experience because I've never made curtains before. Fun! All right. I'll time lapse you guys and I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Welcome back. It is like 6 a.m. and I am up early crafting because apparently that's a thing I do now. It's like the second time I've done it this week. And I built 2 cabinets and 1 fireplace from this, and I have some initial thoughts. First of all, I was supposed to also build curtains. Couldn't do it. Hated it. Threw them away. Didn't like it. Dislike that very strongly. So my book nook will not be having curtains. I couldn't get the glue to stick. The directions weren't clear enough. I built them. I thought they looked good, and then they would fall apart. And then I'd try again, and then they'd fall apart. And I'd try again, and they'd fall apart. And after the 3rd time, I was like, you know what? This book nook is supposed to bring me joy. These curtains are not bringing me joy. They are gone. No more curtains. And here we are. Then, so the first one that we built, which one was the first one? Yeah, the first one we built was the fireplace. It said to use all 5 of the logs I cut in this, but I could not get more than 2 to fit. So, it's a very maybe weird looking fireplace, but everything else worked great. These are glued down, have been for a couple days now. The glue is holding really great. I like the little details here. Second was this little cabinet with this black cat that has these terrifying glowing red eyes. It opens, there's little shelves inside, it closes, it's very cute. And then third, the glue is still drying on this one, is this bookshelf armoire thing. These don't open, but I do love the details on these cabinets, glued some books together, and it's a good vibe. I like this a lot. It's a nice look. So those are my first 3 pieces of furniture. Next up, we're going to be building a cabinet, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye. I started with you at like 5:30 this morning. It's now almost 10:30 p.m. and I think that we are finishing up, the accessory portion of this journey. So yeah, the next steps all have to do with the walls. My thoughts right now, these are the 3 pieces that I had already finished this morning. My thoughts right now are that this is, I don't know. It feels like the directions were written by 2 different people. Like I had the material to build 3 chairs, but he didn't tell me to build these 3 little mini chairs. I just sort of had to assume, because I looked ahead and I'm supposed to place 3 mini chairs, but I was only told to build 1. But then at the same time, I was told to build these two of these tables, so I don't know. The other thing that's kind of annoying me is I'm obsessed with how this is looking. Like, this is great. But 2 things about this bookshelf or little armoire thing. I'll open it up. So it said to glue 6 books together in order to make these like stacks to put in. 6 books do not fit in here in these little shelves. They only fit 5. So after I had glued them all together and they were stuck, I had to then peel off 1 book from each container. So that was a little annoying. But the doors still do open. It looks really good. This is going to be a very organized haunted house. I don't know many haunted houses that have the bookshelves this organized, but look at how cool this looks. Like, just look at how cool this is. It's amazing. The other thing that did annoy me is that one of the little door handles broke, and there are no extra ones. So there's just going to be a door with no handle. But that's okay. I'm telling myself it's okay because it's a haunted house. I don't think this is a very well cared for haunted house. But yeah, so that is my impression so far. I'm obsessed with like the vibe and how it's looking. And like, look at the table with the big book and the little coffee mug. I love this so much. I love it. I love it. I could sit at this table in this chair and drink my coffee and read my book. That is absolutely something I would do if this chair was more comfortable, and also a couch. But you know, the vibe is just excellent. So I'm going to leave it here for tonight, but when I pick back up, we are going to get into building some walls. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. How's it going? All right, full disclosure. Holly is awake and she's kind of making noise, but she's starting to calm down. As soon as I need to knock on wood before I say things like that. I put her down for her nap a while ago and she's still up babbling. So you hear her in the background because I'm hoping she'll fall asleep on her own. Her noise is decreasing, which is why I'm filming and not just going back there, because I'm hoping she's about to fall asleep by herself. But if she gets super loud, I'm probably gonna cave and go back, in which case there will be an interruption. So I glued the walls, and now we're gonna get into building this structure. So we're gonna start with the parts I did not glue. Girl, go to sleep. And just, this is the floor here. And just push that in. You know, I don't know why she's fighting it. If it was socially acceptable, not just socially acceptable, but, you know, medically suggested that I nap for like 2 hours in the middle of the day, do you know how happy I would be? Go to sleep, child. This is gonna be mean to me, I can already tell. Did I glue down the thing in the way? No, I don't think I did. Why do I feel like it's not going in? I feel like it's too big. Hold on. Make sure we are lined up. We are lined up. I'm just gonna push. Okay, there we go. I'm always scared of breaking things, and so I don't push hard enough. All right, next up, the mirror piece. They have a little. Someone's at the front door's order. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry. It was a neighbor. She wanted to talk about a tree that is technically on their property line, but then after Holly heard the doorbell, she needed a reset. So everybody's back down. Everybody's chill. Let's try this again. So we've got the first one in, and now we're going to take the plastic off this mirror. That looks way better. You guys probably got a glimpse of how terrible I look. I'm going to push down. It's a little bendy. Okay, it's in though. Hi, Miso. Yes. This is just going to be the clip of interruptions. Over here, baby. Come over here. I know. Okay. Mama needs to see though, Miso. Mama can't see past your big butt. All right, next up we've got this wall here. Let me also say that when I built this patio with the furniture, this is not designed for a larger lady like myself. The chair and the table, they in there tight. Those ghosts are the only people that can get up to that balcony because I don't know who else would be skinny enough to pass through because there's like no walking room up there. But I digress. All right, that one popped in easier. So they're all kind of at an angle. Okay. Okay. Next up, we take a sip of coffee. And we're going to do this arched window over here. I maybe should have done this first. Let me see. Well, first let's just get this piece in, and then we'll worry about. There we go. And then snake that into the back. All right. That's in. All right. I glued one of those picture frames weird so you can't see it because the balcony's in the way, but it's there. Everything's there. We're just doing our best here. All right, next up, same thing with this square balcony. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna break it. This is always the part that gives me some anxiety when I'm building a book nook. Okay. There we go. We have a structure, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. You can definitely see the reflection of my tripod and camera, by which I mean phone, in the mirror. But we have a structure. Okay. And now we are turning to the second to last page of the instructions. And they want us to put down the roof with glue. We're going to glue the roof down. And the picture is not the easiest to read. All right, so the beveled side should be facing up, which means I put these. I glued the picture facing the wrong way. That's great. So it's gonna look like the roof is on upside down. Cool. Great, Sarah. That's great. All right, well, it is what it is. Because the glue is dried and it would look worse if I tried to fix it. So we're gonna roll with it. Line of glue there, and a line of glue over here. Glue. No, Miso. No. I've got open glue out, Miso. No. Okay. No. Miso, this is a nerve-wracking enough part without you helping me. And now we're going to hold it here for a sec. And Miso just got glue on her whisker. That's great. How you doing? How you doing, YouTube? Okay, here we are. I finished. I've got you guys at an angle because I'm not confident the roof won't topple. But there she is. There she is. The Haunted Mansion. So, my thoughts. Overall, I did like it. I like the result. It's pretty cute. My one concern is that I feel like it's not busy enough. Like, I feel like most of the book nooks you see are very, like, have very disorganized scenes. Sorry, Miso's trying to bump my hand. I will put a picture up of other book nooks I finished. So you can see what I'm talking about. Like, this looks a little clean cut. It also looks surprisingly put together for a haunted mansion. Because I would think a haunted mansion would be, like, disorganized. But maybe that's just me. Anyway, I like that it had glue that came with it. That was nice. I like the chairs, the pictures, the books. I like the little furniture pieces that were made. I thought all of them turned out really great. There were a couple things that annoyed me. One is that it did not come with any extra handles for the cabinets, because most kits that I do that have this have handles for the cabinets. You can't quite see it, but that back one, that back cabinet door on the bottom there is not closed all the way because the handle broke and I didn't have a spare. Another thing that annoyed me is this window set right here was supposed to have curtains, but I just could not get those to work for the life of me, so no curtains. I worry also, yes, the cabinet down here said that it was 6 books were supposed to fit on each shelf, but I only could get 5, and I didn't find that out until after I'd glued all of them together. That was a little annoying. And the thing that I think is most annoying and concerning is that there's no, and not every kit that you'll get has this, but a lot of them that are newly developed do come with dust jackets, which are just these little plastic guys that go over the front so the dust doesn't get inside. I also really hated this roof. This roof nearly broke me. But it's done. It's finished. I had to hold it together for like 20 minutes while it was drying. I do not think I will be doing a beveled roof book nook kit again. Other than that, I like the mirror. I like the details on the fireplace. I like these little, like, details like the coffee pot, the table. I love the view on the side where you come in and you can see all the stuff. It's a very nice kit. Though I don't know, I know that Meg Market probably will be doing a release for Christmas. I would, however, not buy this kit at full price. I got it on sale after they were discounting their Halloween kits. And if the Christmas kits are anything like this, I would not pay full price for them. The other kit, I have done other kits that are at a similar price point or even cheaper, that have been more user-friendly, easier to do, and that I've liked the end results of more. So while I really enjoyed this, I would not recommend it for your first Book Nook kit because it was not the easiest. And I would say you could get kits that are easier and more pleasant to build at a better price point. I will link some of those down below, particularly if I put up a photo of them. It might be an affiliate link, meaning I might make a small commission. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope that your caffeine is hitting just right. And that your crafting's going super well. Thank you so much again for watching. Bye.